Well, with me to discuss this further is Navin Singh Khadka. He's the BBC's environment correspondent on the World Service. Great to have you with us, Navin. I mean, the figure is huge, trillion. We begin to think of all those zeros. And I suppose the countries that are being asked to invest, it would be for countries that, you know, are lower down the economic scale. Do you think there's the political will to do something?
Well, the thing is, this has been there for poor countries who have been asking that adaptation should be the agenda, not just mitigation. Mitigation is bringing down, reducing greenhouse gas emissions. So this basically report, what it does is it kind of brings it high up on the agenda, particularly when we're having this series of climate meetings now. Now, the question is, this report says that there's a critical need for this money. So the question is, again, will we see the money?
And it's also, I mean, over a number of years. So if these countries pledge this resilience training, so to speak, can't take place properly unless it's actually adhered to for every year. What countries do you think are most at risk?
So, you see, when we talk about this, I mean, actually, to be honest, every country would say we are at risk nowadays. Sure. Even the UK says, yes. We've seen that. But then, yes, like, for example, low-lying island countries, or there are some, particularly, these are called least developed countries. Many are in Africa, in Asia also. So they have been identified. So you get these reports at times. So, we visit these countries, and there are certain countries that keep on coming there. Their position changes in that list, but then it keeps on coming. But the thing is, again, the reason why they have talked about this early warning system as number one solution is particularly for these countries. What the figure here they say is, if you invested $800 million in a year, you would avoid losses to the tune of 3 to 16 billion. Avoid the losses. So
this is an interesting strand of conversation that I'm seeing emerge from the climate change debate. That is, it will be more economical in the long run to invest now.
That's the point that hammering on. See, what they're saying is if you invested close to $2 trillion, then you would the net benefit would be more than $7 trillion. That is the figure. That's fine. But again, the question is, this has been demanded by poor countries for quite some time now. And then will it happen? That's the question we are waiting to see.
Navin, thank you so much for coming down to join us, indeed, as the conversations continue